$12.5 trillion. That's how much money BlackRock controls right now, more than the entire GDP of China. And in the past 18 months, they've been doing something they've never done before on the scale. They're quietly rotating massive amounts of capital away from US dollar assets. No press releases, no dramatic announcements, just systematic, calculated movements that most people will never notice until it's too late. When the world's largest asset manager starts moving away from American investments, they're not making a bet. They're reading signals that most investors can't even see yet. And if you're sitting there thinking this doesn't affect you because you're not a billionaire, you're about to discover why you're dead wrong. What BlackRock sees coming will determine whether your retirement account grows or gets wiped out. BlackRock manages more money than any institution on Earth, $12.53 trillion as of mid-2025. That's more wealth than the combined economies of Germany and France. When they shift portfolio strategy, markets move, countries pay attention, and regular investors either adapt or get crushed. So what are they actually doing? According to their own published allocations, BlackRock has been systematically reducing exposure to U.S. Treasury bonds, increasing positions in emerging market equities, boosting European infrastructure investments, and building larger stakes in Asian real estate. Their global allocation funds, which historically maintained around 40% in U.S. assets, have been rebalancing toward higher international exposure. Their own strategists publish research stating the dollar is down nearly 10% year to date as of June 2025, and they believe it has further to fall. That's BlackRock telling you they're betting against the currency that backs most of your wealth. They're not alone. JP Morgan restructured institutional allocations. Goldman Sachs reduced U.S. equity recommendations. Morgan Stanley increased international allocation guidance. The smart money isn't running from America. They're diversifying away from concentrated dollar exposure for the first time in over a decade. Now, here's where this gets personal. Your retirement account, your savings, your home equity, all denominated in dollars. When BlackRock moves, they're essentially telling you the value of everything you own is about to change. Every single time in history when institutional money has rotated away from a currency like this, what followed was devastating for everyday people who didn't see it coming. But why now? What triggered this massive shift? Three things converged at once. First, U.S. national debt hit $38 trillion in December 2025, up over $2 trillion in just 11 months. Interest payments alone now exceed $1 trillion per year. More than defense spending, more than Medicare, just interest. And who's buying all that debt? Mostly the U.S. government itself, through the Federal Reserve. When you're printing money to buy your own debt, that's not strength, that's a warning sign. Second, foreign central banks started selling. China reduced treasury holdings by over $300 billion. Japan sold off to $120 billion since 2022. Saudi Arabia is selling. Switzerland, France, all reducing exposure. These aren't emotional decisions. These are calculated moves by people who see the same balance sheets BlackRock sees. Third, the dollar's losing its grip. Down over 10% year to date, hitting its lowest level since 2021. Its share of global reserves dropped below 58%, the lowest in over 2 decades. Countries are actively building alternatives. BRICS nations developing payment systems that bypass the dollar entirely. Over 40% of global GDP now in countries building infrastructure to trade without dollars. The petrodollar system is fracturing. Saudi Arabia is exploring yuan-denominated transactions. When the world's reserve currency starts losing its exclusive grip on commodity markets, institutional investors don't wait around to see what happens next. Here's what happens next, and pay close attention. When institutional money flows out of dollar assets, it creates a cascade. First, asset prices adjust. Stocks, bonds, real estate, everything priced in dollars faces pressure. Second, inflation accelerates. As the dollar weakens, imports cost more. Your purchasing power shrinks. Third, interest rates get volatile. the Fed faces an impossible choice: raise rates to defend the currency, which crashes the economy, or keep rates low, which accelerates dollar weakness. Either path squeezes everyday Americans. Your savings lose value to inflation. Your investments face pressure from capital outflows. Your income buys less every month. This isn't theoretical. This is mathematical. And BlackRock's positioning tells you they expect exactly this scenario. But here's the twist. This isn't some apocalyptic collapse. BlackRock isn't abandoning the US. They're diversifying away from concentrated exposure. They still believe in American innovation and corporate profitability. What they don't believe in is holding 80 or 90% of assets in one currency when the currency is structurally weakening, and neither should you. So what does this mean for your money? If you're like most Americans, you have basically 100% of your wealth in dollar-denominated assets. Your checking account, your retirement, your home, everything tied to one currency. BlackRock's move is screaming that concentration risk is real. Here's what you can do starting today. First, consider international diversification. You don't need to move everything, but exposure to foreign stocks, international bonds, or foreign real estate creates a natural hedge. When the dollar weakens, foreign assets appreciate in dollar terms. Second, real assets matter. Gold, commodities, infrastructure. These hold value when currencies fluctuate. BlackRock increased allocations to emerging market infrastructure for exactly this reason. Third, reduce leverage now. High debt in a rising rate environment is financial poison. If rates spike, your debt payments become unsustainable. If inflation accelerates, your real income can't keep up with costs. Fourth, increase liquidity. Keep accessible cash for flexibility. BlackRock maintains significant cash positions specifically for this. Fifth, your skills and relationships become critical. The ability to create value and solve problems survives every financial transition. Sixth, stay informed and adapt. The people who survive major transitions aren't always the ones with the most money. They raid the ones who see the signals early and have the courage to act before everyone else figures it out. BlackRock didn't rotate trillions of dollars on a whim. They have thousands of analysts, mountains of data, and access to information most investors never see. When they make moves this significant, they're reading patterns history has shown repeatedly. Massive debt, foreign selling, currency weakness, reserve status eroding. This is the pattern. And it doesn't care whether you believe in it, you're watching this video. That means you're asking questions. You're not just accepting the narrative that everything is. Find when institutional money is clearly positioning for something different. That awareness puts you ahead of 95% of people who will wake up one day, wondering how they missed all the signs. The choice is simple. You can wait and hope BlackRock's wrong, or you can take their move seriously as a signal that diversification isn't optional anymore. Drop a comment below right now. Are you already diversified internationally, or is everything you own tied to the dollar? What steps are you taking to protect yourself? I read every single comment, and the best insights come from this community sharing what they're seeing. If this opened your eyes to what's really happening, smash the like button. Share this with anyone worried about their financial future, because this could save them from devastating mistakes. Subscribe and hit the bell because the next video breaks down the 3 specific sectors that historically outperform during currency transitions. The exact sectors where smart money flows when dollar weakness accelerates. Assets that could protect your wealth or even position you to profit from what's coming. You cannot afford to miss it. BlackRock manages over $12 trillion. They employ thousands of the smartest financial minds on Earth, and they just told you through their actions that concentrated dollar exposure is too risky. The question isn't whether they're right. The question is whether you'll act on that information while there's still time, or whether you'll be asking 6 months from now how you didn't see it coming. When the warning signs were right here, the information is here, the pattern is clear. The choice is yours. Act now.